Ever think about what it would be like if, like, everything you did online was completely private? Like,
Yeah.
no one could snoop on your stuff.
Yeah.
Like medical records bank stuff, even government secrets.
Mhm.
If that could all be transmitted, like, with absolutely no chance of someone eavesdropping,
I mean, it sounds like
sounds pretty far out there, right?
science fiction.
Yeah. Well, today we're going to deep dive into something that gets us a little closer to that.
Yeah.
A team of researchers recently built the longest ultra-secure quantum satellite link ever.
That's right.
It connects China and South Africa.
And when we say longer, we're talking almost 13,000 kilometers.
Wow.
That's about the same distance as New York to Johannesburg.
That's crazy.
And this is actually the first time anything like this has ever been done in the Southern Hemisphere.
Really?
Yep. So this is a huge step forward for secure communication all across the globe.
So how did they pull this off?
Well, the findings were just published in Nature. And today we're going to break down what makes this such a big deal.
Okay.
We'll talk about the tech that makes this unbreakable security possible and why this could completely change the future of keeping information safe.
I'm ready. Let's dive in.
Okay, so the main thing here is this new record-breaking intercontinental quantum satellite link.
Okay.
It connects ground stations in China and South Africa using China's Jinan-1 quantum microsatellite orbiting the planet.
That's pretty cool.
Now, the really special ingredient here,
Yeah.
the thing that makes this communication basically unbreakable,
Okay.
is something called real-time quantum key distribution.
Quantum key distribution.
Yeah, or QKD for short.
QKD.
Yeah, so for those of us who maybe don't live and breathe quantum physics,
Right.
what exactly is QKD doing for you and me?
Yeah, explain it like I'm 5.
Okay, so imagine QKD as like a super secure way to create digital keys.
Okay.
These keys scramble your data and make it totally unreadable to anyone who doesn't have the matching key. But what makes QKD so revolutionary is that it creates these keys using the fundamental laws of the universe itself.
Whoa.
Yeah. So in this experiment, they use these quantum-generated keys to encrypt images.
Okay.
And then they sent these encrypted images between continents using something called one-time pad encryption.
One-time pad, that sounds like a spy movie or something.
Right.
Yeah.
It's like classic spy stuff. And it's considered theoretically unbreakable.
Wow.
But there's a catch.
Okay.
It only works if you have a truly random key that's used only once.
So does QKD provide that kind of key?
Exactly. QKD is a key master here.
Nice.
It distributes these keys in a way that's guaranteed to be secure because of quantum mechanics.
Starting to understand.
Good. And another really cool thing about this project is that it brought together some of the brightest minds in quantum communication.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, they had researchers from Stellenbosch University in South Africa
Okay.
and the University of Science and Technology of China all working together.
That's
And like we mentioned, they published their amazing findings in Nature on March 19th.
very cool. And it's fascinating to me that Stellenbosch played such a big role.
Yeah.
It sounds like their location actually gave them a huge advantage.
You're absolutely right. Stellenbosch being where it is gave them a couple of key advantages.
Like what?
For one, they have really clear skies and low humidity pretty consistently.
Okay.
And those conditions were super important for their ground station because it allowed them to generate keys at an incredibly fast rate.
How fast are we talking?
They were able to generate 1.07 million secure bits during a single pass of the satellite.
That's mind-blowing.
It is, and that level of efficiency is what will make this technology practical in the real world.
So we've got this super long, super secure communication link powered by this QKD. But can we break down why this security is so different from what we use every day?
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
So at its core, quantum communication uses the principles of quantum mechanics to make information transfer ultra-secure. And when we zoom in on quantum key distribution, or QKD, the magic really happens with single photons.
Single photons?
Yeah, basically tiny little particles of light.
Okay.
And these single photons are used to encode and transmit those secure encryption keys.
So these little particles of light are what makes the keys virtually uncrackable.
It all comes down to the nature of these quantum states.
Quantum states.
Yeah, so the laws of quantum mechanics tell us that any attempt to mess with a single photon,
Mess with it how?
like trying to intercept it, copy it, or even just measure it,
Okay.
will inevitably change its quantum state. Imagine you have a sealed glass of water and you want to taste a single drop without opening the glass.
Okay.
It's impossible, right?
Yeah, I guess so.
The very act of trying to interact with that single drop would change it.
Right.
It's kind of the same with these photons.
Interesting.
Any attempt to eavesdrop on a photon carrying a quantum key leaves a detectable trace.
So it's like if someone tries to peek at the key, it trips an alarm?
Exactly. And the sender and receiver immediately know something's up.
That's so clever.
It is. And this is why it's so much more secure than classical encryption.
How so?
Well, classical encryption relies on math problems that are really hard to solve.
Okay.
But with enough computing power, you could theoretically crack them.
I see.
Quantum communication, on the other hand, is based on the laws of physics.
So there's no way around it.
Pretty much. And as quantum computers get more powerful, they could potentially break classical encryption.
Oh, wow.
But quantum communication provides a way to stay ahead of the game and ensure security in a future where quantum computers are everywhere.
That makes a lot of sense.
So if someone tries to eavesdrop, the communicators will know, and they can just discard that key and make a new one.
Okay, so it's like a self-healing system.
Exactly.
Yes, incredible.
So who do we have to thank for this groundbreaking achievement?
Yeah, who are the masterminds behind all this?
Well, it was a global team effort, for sure.
Yeah.
China has been leading the charge in quantum communication tech, and a key figure in all of this is Professor Jianwei Pan.
Professor Pan.
Yeah, he's a really respected quantum physicist.
Okay.
And the Chinese government has invested heavily in this field.
Makes sense.
And they've already built an impressive 2,000-kilometer fiber optic quantum network within China.
Wow, they're really ahead of the game.
They are.
Now, we've talked about the MISHA satellite before.
Right.
Did that play a role in this latest breakthrough?
It definitely did. MISHA was China's first quantum satellite. And it was a huge accomplishment in itself.
So it's been paving the way.
Yeah, even before this intercontinental link, it had already shown that satellite-based quantum communication was possible.
Ow!
Back in 2017, it created a 7,600-kilometer link between China and Austria.
Wow.
Yeah, and that project was led by Professor Juan Yin, who also led the Chinese research team for this South Africa project.
So they've been building on their success.
Exactly.
Now, what about the South African side?
Well, on the South African side, this was all centered around Stellenbosch University. And their Department of Physics had a dedicated research team led by Dr. Yaseera Ismail.
Dr. Ismail.
Yes. She was the lead experimentalist, and she was the one who made this groundbreaking quantum satellite link happen.
That's amazing.
It really is a remarkable achievement for her and the whole South African team.
Absolutely. And we've also heard Professor Francesco Petruccione's name come up a lot when talking about quantum communication in South Africa.
Yes. Professor Petruccione is a really important figure in this field.
Okay.
He actually developed one of the world's very first fiber optic quantum communication networks.
When was that?
Way back in Durban.
Wow, he's been at this for a while.
He has, and he's currently a professor of quantum computing at Stellenbosch University.
Okay.
And he's also the director of the National Institute for Theoretical and Computational Sciences, or NICCS.
That's quite a resume.
Yeah, his work has been essential in laying the foundation for all these advancements.
So Stellenbosch wasn't just chosen at random then?
Nope, not at all.
There was a strategic reason for picking them.
Right. And it goes beyond the great weather.
Oh, really?
Yeah, this achievement was actually timed to support the launch of their new Stellenbosch Centre for Quantum Science and Technology.
Interesting.
Yeah, this new center is going to help South Africa become a leader in quantum research and innovation.
On the whole continent.
Exactly. It's a clear sign that they're serious about building up their expertise and infrastructure in this rapidly growing field.
It's really inspiring to hear about this global collaboration.
It is.
And to see how individuals and institutions are contributing to this amazing breakthrough.
Yeah, it's really a testament to what we can achieve when we work together.
So stepping back and looking at the big picture.
Okay.
What does this intercontinental quantum link really mean for the average person?
That's a great question.
Yeah, because it can seem pretty abstract.
Yeah, it can. But let's think about it from Dr. Ismail's point of view first.
Okay.
She emphasized that these international collaborations are essential for pushing the boundaries of science. And this achievement shows that South Africa has the potential to not just participate in, but really contribute to the global quantum ecosystem.
Yeah.
It's a powerful demonstration that cutting-edge research isn't limited to just a few countries.
All right.
Professor Petruccione also made it clear that South Africa is becoming a major player in the world of quantum technology.
And that these collaborations are key to making it happen.
Exactly. He said that working together is the best way to speed up scientific discoveries.
Yeah.
and to build local expertise within South Africa so they can create real solutions that will benefit everyone.
So it's not just about advancing science, it's about applying that knowledge to solve real-world problems.
Absolutely. And we also saw a statement from Professor Sibusiso Moyo at Stellenbosch University.
What did he say?
He talked about how important it is to invest in fundamental sciences like quantum computing.
Okay.
And he saw this achievement as being perfectly in line with Stellenbosch University's Vision 2040.
Vision 2040.
Yeah, their goal is to become a leading research university in Africa, known for its excellence in knowledge creation and its impact on society.
So this is all about investing in the future.
Absolutely.
So all this is amazing, but how does it affect our listeners?
Right.
How will these advancements in ultra-secure communication actually change their lives?
Well, you probably won't be using quantum keys to protect your grocery list anytime soon.
Right.
But the long-term implications are massive.
Okay.
Think about how much we rely on the internet for everything.
Yeah.
Our finances, our health records, our personal communications.
All incredibly sensitive information.
Exactly. And quantum secure communication could offer a much stronger defense against cyber threats than what we have now.
So it's about keeping our data safe.
Yes. And as quantum computers become more powerful, they could pose a real threat to our current encryption methods.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, but quantum communication could help us stay ahead of that threat.
So it's like future-proofing our security.
Exactly. Imagine a world where online identity theft or data breaches are almost impossible.
That would be incredible.
It would. And that's the kind of future we could be heading towards.
So this isn't just about protecting government secrets. It's about protecting everyone.
That's right. As this technology develops and becomes more widely available, it could become the foundation of a truly secure digital world.
Where secure communication is a guarantee, not a luxury.
Precisely.
This has been a fascinating deep dive into a groundbreaking achievement in quantum communication.
It really has.
So to sum up, the key takeaway here is that this new quantum satellite link between China and South Africa is a huge step towards achieving secure global communication.
And it really shows what's possible when countries collaborate and share their knowledge.
It's a testament to the power of international scientific partnerships.
Yeah, China with its advanced quantum infrastructure and expertise.
Yeah.
And South Africa with its strategic location and dedicated researchers.
They both played crucial roles in making this happen.
They did.
So as we wrap things up, I want to leave you with one final thought.
Okay.
This technology has the potential to create unbreakable communication.
So what unexpected ways might it reshape our world in the coming decades? Think beyond just secure emails and online shopping.
Yeah.
What about things like healthcare, finance, international relations?
Right.
How might those be transformed by ultra-secure quantum communication?
It's a really interesting question.
It is. It makes you wonder what the future holds.
It really does.
Well, that's all the time we have for today's deep dive, but thanks for joining us.
Yeah, thanks for having me.
And until next time, keep exploring the fascinating world of science and technology.
And stay curious.